Hey, Shane.
Yes.
I got a question for you.
Yes.
How can you tell time on your watch? It's like all black, and I don't see any numbers.
Well, yeah, you're right. Well, actually, to be honest, I don't really wear a watch to tell the time.
What? Then why do you bother wearing a watch if you don't need it to tell time?
Because it looks cool.
Does it really?
I mean, why do you wear this necklace? What's the function of your necklace?
No, this is to remember my dad.
So,
Hey, they're completely different.
This is to remember my wife because she got me this watch for my birthday.
Really?
Well, actually, it is the same. It's kind of for sentimental value.
Okay.
And she bought it because she thought it would look cool. And I think it's a pretty cool watch. But I don't really need to tell the time. I have a cell phone.
Exactly. That's what I was going to say because I haven't really worn a watch in maybe a decade.
Yeah, well, I mean, it looks cool, right? I mean, you guys think it looks cool? And look, if you press the button, I don't know if you can see, but it does light up and you can tell the time. Kind of.
Okay, I guess it looks kind of cool. Kind of cool.
It is cool.
But it's kind of like a waste of money, though.
I don't want to say it's a waste of money. People wear things all the time. You don't need like earrings. Are you wearing? Oh, you're not wearing earrings. But I see you have earring holes.
I do.
So you do wear earrings, right?
Okay, fine. For fashion
For
reasons.
fashion.
You want to look fashionable.
Exactly. Thank you. I'm always right.
Okay. Well, we're going to be talking about time today, but not about watches.
Yeah, and his name is Little Blackie.
But we're not talking about Little Blackie. We're talking about Big Ben.
Ooh!
Let's get into it.
If you're planning a trip to London, don't miss the chance to see Big Ben. The world's most famous clock is ready to chime once again after being silenced for 5 years because of repairs. Here are some fun facts to prepare you for your visit. Why is it called Big Ben? People commonly use Big Ben to refer to the entire clock tower, but Big Ben is actually a nickname for the clock's largest bell, which is officially called the Great Bell. This nickname likely came from Sir Benjamin Hall, who helped build the Houses of Parliament, which are connected to the tower.
Good day, everybody, and welcome to Live Interactive English. That is Karen.
And that is Shane. Today we're looking at part 1 of Big Ben is back.
Woo, he's back.
Ooh, so we're talking about Big Ben. And earlier we were mentioning your little watch is called Little Blackie.
Yeah, it's actually kind of gray. Maybe I should change his name to Little Gray.
But it doesn't really tell time, but actually Big Ben tells us time.
That's pretty accurate time.
So where can you find Big Ben and what is Big Ben?
Why don't we read and find out,
I
huh?
guess that's a good idea.
Be patient, Karen.
Be patient, be patient. Okay, go ahead.
If you're planning a trip to London, don't miss the chance to see Big Ben in London. Where's London?
In
what country?
England.
In England.
That's why you say good day.
Good
day, sir.
Good day, everybody. The world's most famous clock is ready to chime once again after being silenced for 5 years because of repairs.
I didn't know that it was silenced for 5 years.
Yeah, so if it was silenced, it's a clock. That probably means it's not going to chime or make that noise. Ding, ding, right?
You're right.
It's just been quiet.
And repairs, maybe it was broken, so they had to fix it. That's why it's called repair, right?
That is correct.
So it takes 5 years to fix the clock?
Hey, if you've ever been to a tourist destination, and there's an important building or like a clock or something like that, it takes them sometimes. I was in Barcelona and they were fixing this building called La Sagrada Familia.
Ooh.
I think it's still under construction, and I was there like 20 years ago.
Okay.
So they put a lot of care into fixing these things because they're so important. They don't want to do it wrong.
And they're definitely like important landmarks when you visit London. It's definitely one of the destinations people want to go to.
It's really like one of the first things you think of when you think of London is Big Ben, right?
You're right.
Here are some fun facts to prepare you for your visit.
Ooh, I love fun facts.
Yeah.
Okay, so number one, why is it called Big Ben? Yeah, I have always wondered. I really don't know. Okay, so.
Well, it's pretty big.
But why Ben?
Maybe they call him Ben? Like,
Why not Big Shane?
why, that's a good point. Why not Big Shane?
Okay, let's read on and find
Yeah.
out. People commonly use Big Ben to refer to the entire clock tower.
Right.
But Big Ben is actually a nickname for the clock's largest bell, which is officially called the Great Bell. Oh, so Big Ben is actually not the whole tower, the clock.
So there's
it's the
several
bell.
bells in there, and that's for the biggest bell.
That's right.
But the biggest bell's real name is the Great Bell.
Yeah.
But they call it Big Ben.
Okay, I kind of get it.
So it's in a tower. So a tower, what's that? It's like a tall, narrow structure that either forms part of a building or stands alone.
You're right.
So I think if you think about Big Ben, he's very tall and slender, right? Usually people don't live in towers unless it's like a fairy tale or
like
something.
Rapunzel.
Like Rapunzel.
Rapunzel's trapped in the tower.
Or like the Hunchback of Notre Dame or something like that, right? Okay. For example, you are standing on top of the tallest tower in North America. That's the example sentence.
All right. And usually these towers are great landmarks too. People usually go visit different cities to admire these great giant towers.
Of course, yeah. That's one of the, like, if it's a tourist destination somewhere, like, it's going to be very popular. People love really tall towers.
Exactly. Okay, and nickname is our next vocabulary word, and it is a noun. So basically, nickname is an informal name for someone or something, especially a name called by your friends or family.
Oh, so like you have like your real name, but then people kind of make up a name maybe because of your personality or like the way you look or the way you talk, something like that. Right?
Exactly. So in our example sentence, it says, Margaret's nickname is Madge.
Interesting.
So how about you? Do you have a nickname? Like, you know, like your friends or family call you?
Handsome. Why are you laughing?
I see everybody laughing too.
It's true. Whenever I go around Taiwan, like I'm in the night market, people are always calling me 帅哥. What does 帅哥mean, right? Handsome guy, right?
They say that to everyone. They even call uncles 帅哥, okay? Because they're trying to sell you something, Shane.
Oh, I thought that I was really handsome.
Oh, okay. You are. Okay.
All right, let's find out about this nickname. This nickname likely came from Sir Benjamin Hall, who helped build the Houses of Parliament, which are connected to the tower.
Right.
Okay, so there actually is a guy called Ben, and maybe that's why it got the nickname Big Ben.
Maybe. Okay, so now I kind of
This
understand.
is kind of connected, like, to this, right?
Yeah, and our next vocabulary word is connect, and it is a verb. It means to join or link something together. So in our example sentence, it says, our printer is connected to the computer by a wire. So you're using the wire to connect the printer and the computer. It's connecting, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think we're pretty connected too, right?
You are right. So people can be connected as well. Okay, well, let's take a short break and we'll be right back.
And we'll connect with you later.
Hello， 大家好，我是 Hanny。今天的课文标题是 Big Ben is back， 大笨钟回来了。伦敦的大笨钟从2017年开始大整修，销声5年之后，准备要再次敲响了。我们就趁这个机会来看看一些关于大笨钟的有趣事实。首先，为什么它被称为大笨钟呢？人们通常用 Big Ben 这个词来指整座钟楼， 那事实上呢，这个钟楼里面有5个钟，有一个是最大的主钟，叫做 Great Bell， 它整点的时候才会响。那么另外4个小钟则是每15分钟会响一次的刻钟。好，那其实 Big Ben 是整点大钟这个钟的昵称哦，而这个昵称可能是来自 Sir Benjamin Hall 这一位爵士，他有协助新建了跟钟楼相连的国会大厦，可能是来自这个人。好，那么来看单字 tower，tower 表示塔、塔楼，那么 clock tower 就可以表达钟塔、钟楼。再来看 nickname 表示外号、绰号或是昵称。那么 connect 这个动词它可以表达使什么相连、连接，或是使什么有联系。而这个动词其实也可以表达跟什么来建立良好关系、合得来的意思。好，那它的过去分词 connected 在后面加上 ed 之后呢，可以变成形容词来描述是连在一起的、有关联的或是有联系的。这边3个重点，我们进入文法时间。好，我们来看第一个重点是 be ready， 后面可以接不定词 to be 或是接 for something 来表达准备好要做某事。例如 Are you ready to go？ 你准备好要走了吗？那么第二个重点是 after 引导的副词子句，当它的主词跟主要子句的主词一样时，我们就可以把这个副词子句的主词省略，然后把动词改成 VING 的形式。以句型来看，原本可以写作主词加动词 after 主词加动词，简化之后变成主词加动词 after 动词 ing。例如 Eric moved out after graduating from college， 那这边的 after graduating 就是从 after he graduated 简化而来，就是说 Eric 大学毕业后就搬出去了。好，来看第3个重点是 because of 加上名词或动名词，表示因为怎么样，由于怎么样，像是 We had to cancel the picnic because of the rain， 因为下雨的关系，我们必须取消野餐。那么这句话课文中。
When was it built? Big Ben was completed in 1859 and became the world's biggest and most reliable four-faced chiming clock. Since then, it has seen the rule of 6 monarchs. It even survived bomb attacks during World War II. How big is Big Ben? Each of the 4 clock faces is around 7 meters across, with 2.7-meter-long hour hands and 4.3-meter-long minute hands. The Great Bell weighs an impressive 13,760 kilograms, while the hammer that strikes it is 200 kilograms.
Welcome back, everyone!
Jolly good day to you, everyone. I'm Shane.
Wow, your British accent is actually pretty good.
Thank you.
Okay, so we're still talking about this beautiful landmark, Big Ben,
Yeah,
right?
we're finding out more fun facts.
About Big Ben.
Yay!
Okay, so let's continue.
What's the next fact?
When was it built?
Let me guess.
Probably wouldn't know.
Like 1,000 years ago?
Well,
Not that long ago?
Okay, let me tell you. Big Ben was completed in 1859 and became the world's biggest and most reliable four-faced chiming clock.
Yeah.
And it's the most famous one. You're definitely right. Everyone who thinks of a big clock, you definitely think of Big Ben. And when you say four-faced chiming clock, that means you see the clock on all 4 sides.
Yeah, so like here we call this like a clock face. Face means where you tell the time.
Yes.
So if it's 4-faced, that means you'll see the clock on all 4 sides.
Bingo, that's right. And since then, it has seen the rule of 6 monarchs. So,
6 monarchs.
what does it mean when you say monarchs? So basically, you're talking about like the ruling of the king and queen, right?
So it could be a king or it could be a queen.
That's
so
right.
Monarch, so with this word monarch. Mono means like one, right?
Yes.
And arch means to rule. So it means like one person who rules like a country or kingdom.
That's why we say king or queen,
Right.
right? But then it has seen the rule of 6 monarchs. So that means like it has seen several like kings and queens. So that's been a long time.
Yeah.
It even survived bomb attacks during World War II.
Big Ben is tough.
Wow, surviving bomb attacks, that's pretty impressive. So even during, like explosions, it didn't collapse, right?
Oh, so a bomb, what is a bomb? A bomb
Pretty
is
scary.
a weapon that explodes.
That's right.
So for example, the plane had dropped 4 bombs before being shot down. So yeah, usually you're going to have bombs and use bombs in war, right? They're pretty scary.
And people would usually, get hurt or injured or die from these attacks.
But what if I say, you know what, you're the bomb,
Oh, that means you're awesome.
right? Or, this food is the bomb.
So that's another way of using the word bomb. It's not saying like it's gonna explode, but it's like, whoa, this is really good.
Really cool. It's kind of a, maybe not a really modern thing. I don't think kids these days are saying that's the bomb. But before, people would say that. The bomb means very cool.
That's right, when we were younger.
Yeah, but here it means an exploding weapon. That's not cool.
That's right.
So, how big is Big Ben?
It's very, very big. I have no idea.
Well, each of the 4 clock faces is around 7 meters across,
Wow.
with 2.7 meter long hour hands and 4.3 meter long minute hands.
Pretty long.
Wow, that's really big because we usually see it from pretty far away.
That's right.
But if you were standing right in front of it, oh my gosh, that would be so huge.
Well, it has to be huge in order for people to tell time,
That's
right?
the point, right?
Exactly.
Because you're on the street or maybe even far away from it, you still need to be able to tell the time from a good distance.
Exactly. The Great Bell weighs an impressive 13,760 kilograms, while the hammer that strikes it is 200 kilograms. Those are really, really big numbers. Very, very heavy.
Yeah, can you imagine, like in the 19th century, like trying to get those really heavy things up to the top of a tower? That wouldn't have been easy.
Exactly.
Wow, so the hammer, so here we're talking about a hammer. It's a tool that consists of a piece of metal with a flat end.
Yeah.
And usually it's like connected onto like a wooden handle, but it could be a different material. But when we think of it, it's usually a wooden handle, and you have a metal thing with a flat, right? And you hit usually nails.
That's right.
Right?
Maybe into wood or into the wall.
Right. So for example, the worker brought the head of his hammer down and drove the nail into the block of wood.
That's usually what we use hammers for, right?
Yeah, so a hammer is just anything, because here it might be making a noise or something, right, in a clock, right? So it's just going to hit something like that. So we call that a hammer. But normally when we think of a hammer, it's the kind that we use for construction.
You are absolutely right. Wow, we learned so much about Big Ben today. A lot of fun facts, right?
That's right.
I can't wait to learn more.
I can't wait to go there and see Big Ben.
I know, especially now that it's working.
Yeah.
Okay, well, see you guys next time.
See you there.
下一个有趣事实是，大笨钟在1859年完工，并且成为全世界最大也最可靠的4面明钟。那从那时起，它历经了6位君主的统治，它甚至在2战期间的炸弹攻击后幸存下来。好，单字 bomb 就是炸弹。老师们补充了一个口语用法，很有趣哦。The bomb 就是很棒、极好 （very good） 的意思。你可以用 somebody is the bomb 或者是 something is the bomb 来描述某人或某事物它非常棒。那其实你也可以用 awesome 这个字 ，awesome 是形容令人赞叹的、非常棒的。好，那么另外Shane老师帮我们拆解了 monarch 这个字的字首字根哦，它的字首 mon 表示单一，那么字根 arch 表示支配，单一支配。一个人统治，这样应该很容易联想到 monarch， 它可以表达君王、帝王或者是国王、女王意思。好，那么课文接着告诉我们大笨钟它有多大，它的时针分针啊都是用公尺在算的，比我们的身高还高。而且呢，那个整点大钟重达了13760公斤，然后敲击它的钟锤重达200公斤。好，我们来看单字 hammer。 hammer 就是指锤子或者是锤状物。那这边2个重点，我们进入文法时间。好，来看第一个重点是 since 表示自从怎么样，它可以当介系词，后面就是接表示时间的名词。那它也可以当连接词，后面就是接子句。好，那它搭配的主要子句时态常常会用完成式。举例来说 ，I haven't heard from her since then。从那时起，我就没听到她的消息了。这时候 since 当介系词。I haven't heard from her since she moved to 高雄。自从她搬去高雄，我就没听到她的消息了。那这时候 since 是当连接词用。第二个重点是 see 当动词可以表达经历、目睹或是见证。例如 The industry has seen enormous changes over the past 2 decades。这个产业在过去20年间经历了重大的转变。好，那以上是今天的讲解，同学别走开，马上回来哦。
If you're planning a trip to London, don't miss the chance to see Big Ben. The world's most famous clock is ready to chime once again after being silenced for 5 years because of repairs. Here are some fun facts to prepare you for your visit. Why is it called Big Ben? People commonly use Big Ben to refer to the entire clock tower, but Big Ben is actually a nickname for the clock's largest bell, which is officially called the Great Bell. This nickname likely came from Sir Benjamin Hall, who helped build the Houses of Parliament, which are connected to the tower. When was it built? Big Ben was completed in 1859 and became the world's biggest and most reliable 4-faced chiming clock. Since then, it has seen the rule of 6 monarchs. It even survived bomb attacks during World War II. How big is Big Ben? Each of the 4 clock faces is around 7 meters across, with 2.7 meter long hour hands and 4.3 meter long minute hands. The Great Bell weighs an impressive 13,760 kilograms, while the hammer that strikes it is 200 kilograms.
Hello, I'm Matt.
And I'm Jeannie.
Today we're going to play a game called Word Drop, where we each have three cards with words on them that we have not seen yet, and we need to fit these words into a conversation as smoothly as possible. So Jamie, why don't you start us off?
I suppose I will. All right. Let me think for a minute. Okay. Well, sorry, it took a while, but I got it, I think. Okay, so one thing that since I've been in Taiwan, I've met a lot of people who are from different countries, right? Like you are from Canada, a lot of people are from European countries or African countries, things like that. And one thing that I think that's pretty cool is that even though people who live in Taiwan, they are still connected to their culture back home.
Yeah, I think that's really interesting too. I have a lot of friends here from different countries around the world, and among them, I'm pretty much the only Canadian among my friend group. So a lot of my friends, call me the Canadian as a nickname.
Oh, what an interesting nickname. Not very original, I would say. But okay, yeah, I think that's pretty cool. And nicknames in general, I think, are very interesting in that it can either reflect, I guess, your nationality, but also can reflect your personality. Like, for instance, we had a friend who would get very angry very easily, and we used to call them like the ticking time bomb because they were so easily angered.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's interesting. I have some friends like that too. They get really angry. This one time I was telling them a story about a time when I was visiting Toronto in Canada, and I was sightseeing there, and I saw a lot of interesting things. And I was telling them that one of the most interesting things I saw there was the CN Tower.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've never been there, so I haven't seen it, but I've heard it's pretty cool. I've heard it's very interesting. So yeah, I think something that I have like a lot of things are pretty cool in addition to sightseeing stuff, right? But some people, instead of having to go somewhere to see something cool, what they do is that they renovate the area where they live, like their apartment, into something cool. And so they don't have to go anywhere to see something cool. And I think the tools that they use to renovate, sometimes it's really complicated, but sometimes it's as simple as a nail and hammer.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I've never tried renovating my house, but for a chance to get away. Usually to get away, I'll just try to find somewhere like a beach or a seaside place where I can go and check out the view. But recently, because of the weather, I haven't been able to go to the beach because of the bad weather.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully we can soon.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's good.
Yeah.
See you next time.